Hello, it's Leslie Fightmaster. Welcome to 30 Days of Yoga for Beginners. This is day 1. We're going to come onto our backs with the knees bent to begin and spend a little time with our breathing. So get comfortable and just rest your hands on your belly and just listen or just feel the breath rise and fall in the belly as you breathe through your nose. Allow any tension in the neck and jaw and shoulders to release. So just taking notice if there is any tension. Sometimes we don't even realize. And just take longer breaths. So the breath in yoga is in and out through the nose. However, if you have any congestion, you're welcome to breathe through the mouth when you need to. The breath is very important. Every movement has a breath. We always want to connect our breath and our movement in our practice. Now with your hands on the belly, I'm just going to inhale and really expand through the belly. And then exhale, feel the air empty out and the belly draws in a little. And then again, inhale, fill the belly. And now walk your hands up to your rib cage. And then exhale, feel the breath contract and empty. So as you inhale, you'll fill the belly and up through the ribs. And now bring your hands all the way to your chest, all the way by your shoulders. See if you can take the breath there, all the way high. And then you'll exhale completely. And one more time, a nice full breath. Inhale, belly and rib cage all the way up. And exhale. Release it. Now we'll inhale through the nose. This time exhale out your mouth like you're fogging a mirror. And again, inhale through the nose. Exhale like you're fogging the mirror. Halfway through, close the mouth. That slight constriction in the back of the throat. Try and keep it as you breathe in and out through the nose. This is called ujjayi pranayama. It means victorious breath. So just continue breathing in and out through your nose with that little constriction in the back of the throat. If it seems difficult today, don't worry. You'll just keep practicing it. It becomes easier as we go. Now we'll keep that breath going, but extend the legs out and point your toes up to the ceiling so your ankles are flexed. Your leg muscles will be more engaged. And now you can just let that relax. I want you to notice your body on the ground. So notice the points that are touching. And especially notice in your back, the spine. The spine has natural curves. The lower back is not touching the floor most likely, but the upper back is touching. The neck lifts away from the floor, and the back of the head is touching. Also the hips are touching and the heels, maybe the backs of the thighs and the calves. So I just want to take notice of that, and especially the natural curves in the spine. We would like to keep our natural curves in our spine as often as we can during our practice. And a lot of times we're not aware, so we're going to become aware. So flex the feet again from the legs. This time inhale, reach your arms up toward the ceiling. Exhale, stretch them by the ears as far as you can. Now notice your rib cage might pop up, your lower back might arch a little bit more. If that happens, take the hands further away from the ears up toward the ceiling and draw those ribs in. Now take your fingertips to your shoulders and just start to make circles with your elbows. We're going to warm up the shoulders. So as if you're drawing circles on the ceiling with your elbows. Make them nice and big as what's comfortable. And then pause and start to circle in the other direction. Keep the breath nice and steady. Don't forget about breathing. And then pause and arms by your side. Your legs might start feeling this because the legs are still firm here. Inhale, arms up, over as far as you can, but make sure those ribs don't pop out and the lower back doesn't overarch. Let your shoulders relax away from the ears so they're not all bunched up. As you exhale, take the arms back down by your sides. Once again, inhale, sweep the arms up and over as far as you can while keeping the ribs in, reaching the tailbone toward the heels. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Legs are still active. Now we'll draw the right knee into the chest and bend the left knee. Put that foot on the floor, or you can keep it extended out. Start to circle the right ankle in one direction. You can hold on to the shin or behind the thigh. Circle it in the other direction. You might notice I'm wearing socks. Usually I don't wear socks when I practice, but today it was really cold, so I kept my socks on for this one. Now extend your right leg up toward the ceiling and let it straighten out as much as it will. Now it might not straighten up that much. It might be a little bit bent. You might be holding on to the leg closer to your hips. But wherever it is, try and draw the right hip a little bit forward so your hips stay level. And keep that left leg active, toes pointing up toward the ceiling, and continue steady breathing. Go in a little deeper if you can, or not. Wherever you are is fantastic. It's all a process. When I first started, I could not stretch my leg that much anywhere near it. So now we'll switch. Bend the left knee, put that foot on the floor, and bend the right knee, draw the left knee in. Circle the left ankle in one direction. Right leg's extended out, or you can keep that leg bent. Circle the left ankle in the other direction. And then we'll extend the left leg up toward the ceiling. I'm holding on behind the thigh, but you can grab onto your pants and hold. Your knee can be bent, or if you can straighten out the leg, then straighten it. Drawing the left hip forward a little bit so your hips are level. And continue breathing in and out through the nose with that slight constriction in the back of the throat, ujjayi pranayama. And your right toes continue to point up toward the ceiling so the right leg's active. We're stretching out our hamstrings a little here. Hamstrings tend to get tight from sitting in chairs. Take another breath. And then we'll release it. Now bend both knees, hug your knees into your chest. This is called apanasana, rocking a little bit side to side. So the names of the poses are in Sanskrit. Sanskrit is an ancient language, originated in India. And so I will sometimes use those names, although you can always call them by the English names too. So I'm going to roll off to one side. And just pausing a moment. I want to show you how to get up safely. So you roll to the right, left hand's pressing into the floor, and you'll bring yourself up nice and slowly with that hand. Now we'll make our way to hands and knees. If your knees are on a hard surface, be sure to pad them up with a pillow or blanket. Line up wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. On an inhale, bring your chest forward, lift your chin, and lift your tailbone up. As you exhale, round your back, tuck your tailbone under, and pull the ribs and belly in as you press away from the floor. Inhale, gently drop the belly, bring the chest forward. Shoulder blades are drawing toward the waist. As you exhale, press firmly into the arms and hands and lift away like you're a Halloween cat or a scared cat. Inhale, bring the chest forward again, lifting the chin and tailbone. And exhale, rounding the back. Sometimes call this one cat and cow or Vidyalasana. One more time, inhaling, drop the belly, lift the chin and tailbone. And then exhale and start to round the back. Pull the ribs and belly in strongly. Inhale again, chest forward, collarbones are widening. And exhale, rounding the back. This is a great way to warm up the spine. We're going to take the hips all the way back to the heels in child's pose. Your hips might not touch, and it's fine. If they don't, you'll keep your hips up higher. You can also rest your head on the floor or on your hands. If your knees bother you, put a blanket between the backs of your thighs and your calves or a pillow. So here's your child's pose. It's a resting pose. If you're brand new to yoga, it might not feel so restful. So remember, you can rest your head on your hands or a block if you have a yoga block. Put some padding between the calves and the backs of the thighs, or keep your buns up higher. They don't have to go all the way to the heels. Then we're going to come back up. Inhale, bring the chest forward, lift the chin and tailbone up. Exhale, round the back and take the hips as far back to the heels as you can, keeping the arms extended forward. Inhale, come forward again. So we're just going to link some breath and movement. Drop the belly, lift the tailbone. Exhale, tuck and round. Take the hips back toward the heels. Once again, come on up to the knees. Bring the chest through as you're inhaling. As you're exhaling, round the back, chin toward chest, and stretch the hips back toward the heels, keeping the arms extended. And again, up onto the knees, chest comes through, tailbone lifts, chin lifts. Exhale, rounding the back, chin toward chest, hips toward heels. So these movements, you'll move any amount in these directions, just until you feel a nice stretch. And we'll come up and walk the feet forward so we can sit down. And then on to the back again, hugging the knees into the chest. So these classes will build little by little by little. So arms to a T, we'll drop the knees off to the left and look over the right shoulder. If your knees don't touch, it's fine. You can hold up with your hand, or if you've got a block or a pillow or blanket, you can put that underneath. I mentioned props. I don't have any with me today, but I will further on. But it's nice to have those handy, a blanket, a pillow, yoga blocks if you have them, a yoga strap or a belt or a tie. All of those are helpful. And I'll talk more about them as we continue. Inhale through center. Exhale, knees to the right, and look over the left shoulder. Long breaths. Again, relax. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, belly, hips. Let it all relax. And then we'll come all the way back in a moment to center. And we're going to set up in a moment for savasana. So this is our final pose. So it's probably the most important. Extending the legs out. Let your feet flop open. Bring your arms away from your torso with your palms up. Let your shoulder blades release toward the waist. If it bothers your low back, bend the knees and feet on the floor instead. And now close your eyes and relax. This is Shavasana. We try to be still and quiet for just a short period of time where we can practice being present. As you're resting a little longer, I always like to end it with a quote. Today's quote is from Stanislavski, who said, "The longest, most exciting journey is the journey inwards." So this is the yoga journey. It's the journey inwards, and I'm so excited that you're on this journey with us. So let's start to stretch out the body. Take a bigger breath. Reach out through the arms and the legs. Bend the knees and roll off to one side. And then remember, you're going to slowly use your hand to press yourself up so your head comes up last. We want to keep the neck and back safe. And sit up crossing the shins. If that's not comfortable, then sit in a way that is, and bring your hands together in front of your chest. Let's bring our hands to the forehead to remind us to have clear and loving thoughts. And our hands to the heart, remind us to have clear and loving intentions. And our hands to the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communications. And we'll send out this wonderful energy to all beings everywhere. Namaste. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in you. Thank you so much for joining. So bowing forward any amount. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And push like, tell your friends. We also accept donations for our free yoga classes. There is a link below. You can also visit fightmasteryoga.com. There's a way to donate there and a mailing list to join. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.